Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat with Girija. I'm Girija Patel, your host for Law Chat, and I am so excited for you to join us today. I have some amazing guests on Law Chat, and they're here to share their experiences and entrepreneurial journey with us, and through their storytelling, mentorship with us, because that is the whole point. We are all entrepreneurs and we're all on a journey, and learning from one another is the best way for us to move forward in our journey as well. And I have amazing guests who are so willing and ready to share their stories with us, their challenges and their victories and their achievements, and also their mindset. I just can't wait to share that with you, and I also just can't wait to have that conversation with them. It's such a privilege to have each and every one of them here with us today, and also it's such a privilege to have you listening in and tuning in. So let's dive in to Law Chat with Girija. Hi friends, welcome to Law Chat with Girija. So today's a solo episode, and you know what solo episodes mean? It means tips of the trade, business strategies, law tips, and legal strategies for your business. So here we go. And before we finish, stay tuned, because at the end, I'm going to tell you about some fun stuff coming your way. And then also we have a legal audit that you can actually grab right now in the links below for your business. So don't forget that. And also we just have so much happening. And if you're not subscribed yet, you need to get subscribed. Either go on iTunes and subscribe, or subscribe to the YouTube channel, because what happens is that you're going to be getting the latest news and meet some amazing entrepreneurs who are crushing in their businesses right now. Like, they're doing awesome things. And so we have the opportunity to listen to them and hear from them. And again, mentorship through storytelling. But let's start with some legal and business strategies 101 right now. So as a beginner entrepreneur, or a lot of beginner entrepreneurs, or people who are just, shifting in their businesses and going somewhere else, making those pivots happen, a lot of times the questions I get are, well, what are the things I should be investing in? And why should I invest in law? Or I just can't invest in law right now. So let's talk about some of the things that you should be investing in as a beginner entrepreneur. Things that are super important, things that are, needed in order for the business to run and to also be a healthy business, and for you also to keep your sanity. Because quite frankly, entrepreneurship is lonely, and entrepreneurship can cause a lot of insanity as well. And so I wanted to share with you some of my top investments that I think other business owners should be making in their businesses as well. Now, of course, I'm saying beginner business owners, but honestly, if you haven't done it yet, you need to start thinking about it. And it's never too late to start, even if you are 5 years into it and say you are adding another dimension to your business, or you are, diversifying your business as well. So my number one thing is your time investment. That sounds like, what does that mean? Of course I'm putting in time. We put in time, but sometimes we don't want to, or sometimes we don't intentionally put in the time we need to. And so time investment is huge, and your time investment is huge. What you can do for your business, nobody else can do for their business, because you are unique in who you are. Nobody else can repeat. And so we need to put you out into the forefront. So whether that is networking and, talking to other people and figuring out your industry, or figuring out your clients, your market, your target market, you need to put yourself out there, and you need to spend that time doing that. And you also need to spend your time in planning, strategizing, preparing, researching, networking, all of these things. Because in the beginnings, you are usually a one-man show. And it's rare to be able to spend money on extra expenses unless you do have the money to do that. But a lot of times you are a one-man show, or you're just trying to limit those expenses in the beginning. And so that time is important, because what it helps you do also is get clarity in the vision of your business, because now you are planning and you're preparing and you're strategizing. And then you're also trying to figure out, okay, this is important, and this is important, but this I don't have to do right now. I can do it later. I can leave it to Q2 or Q3. And so you then have an idea of the path that you need to take. Because while it's so much fun being an entrepreneur, it's so much fun just jumping into it and getting knees into the trenches and just kind of getting ourselves dirty. But at times, it can cause so much of a mess that is really hard getting out of it. And you don't want to get stuck in some quicksand, okay? So get some of that time into your planning, your strategizing, your networking, talking, researching, educating, all of the above, right? Spend that time, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's going to networking events, going to classes, invest that time in your business at that time. Number 2, kind of going with the time, is your planner. Oh my goodness. I'm obsessed with planners. I love planners. I have many of them, and I have too many actually. I have too many, but that's okay because I just love them. I think they're the most useful tool on this planet. And so whether you are digital, whether you are the old school handwriting, which I personally love because I love checking things off, I love highlighting things, and so get that planner out there. Go buy a planner. Michael's has it, Target has it, Walmart has them, or you can just literally make your own on the computer, print it out, or use a digital planner itself. But get a planner. Get a planner that will help you now actually start executing and implementing all the strategies, all the plans that you have made, all the networking appointments that you have made, all the education times that you have, this is the kind of education I want. That will help you start putting it into your schedule. So while you're getting that planner out and your calendar, start using it. Start using the calendar app. We have so many. Start using it. Start leveraging these things in your business, because that way you will also start feeling far more sophisticated in your business too. And it's not just what comes and goes and you're just kind of going with the flow, but now you have so much intention behind what you're doing. Intention is everything, because while we can move forward, and I love moving forward, and we can just go with the flow also, but if there's no intention backing what you are doing, you're just going with the flow and you're going wherever the wind takes you. And sometimes that's just not going to work. And so having some intention and having the deliberate actions behind your vision is what makes that vision go from a dream to an actual reality, right? And so that's what we want. Now from there, number 3 that I would highly suggest, and I'm not being biased right now, is to be having some sort of legal in your business, right? A lot of times I have clients who call me, or potential clients, not even clients, just people who are calling me and I'm just talking to them. And they are just saying, we just can't afford the law right now. We can't afford the legal in our business. I get it. I get that sometimes legal can be expensive. A lot of times, actually, not sometimes. And I also get that it can be overwhelming. And so I am here to make that overwhelm go away. But I'm also here to make it accessible, because that is the whole point. Legal is so integrated into your business that you just cannot run away from it. You just cannot pretend it does not exist, and you just cannot pretend it does not apply to you. And that is the whole thing that I've been trying to get out there, is that law should be used as a strategy and not as something that you use as a cure during crisis mode. Because when you're at that point, you're going to be doling out so much money that you just won't even, you're going to be like, gosh, I wish I'd just done this. And I'd spent maybe a fraction of that money in the beginning. So whether you make legal a small line item or a big line item, meaning value-wise, you need to make it a line item in your business, because the idea is to make legal a line item and not a panic attack. That is my tagline. Okay. So, because that's the whole point. The whole point is to make legal a line item and not a panic attack. If we make legal a line item and make it part of our strategy, which is so integrated into our business operations now, into the way we run our processes, into the standard operating procedures in our business, that it's hard then that later on we get into major crisis mode, because we've already started mitigating so much of it in the beginning. And we've already positioned our brand, the content that you're putting out there, the work that you're putting out there, and you're positioning it in such a way we're already protecting it. So protection and mitigation. All of these things become a byproduct of putting legal as a strategy in your business. So it is so important to do that. And I cannot stress enough that whether your line item is a couple $100s to thousands of dollars, put it in there. Put that intention in there. And then it goes to what you're doing. So whether you are DIYing things or whether you are downloading templates, because I do sell templates on Your Contract Buddy, and there's no shame in that game. And actually, it's really good. It's a great way to start. It's a great threshold to begin with, because honestly, you know that those templates, whether it's for me or someone else, they're written by lawyers, and they're written with lawyers with the intention of covering whatever they can cover in the industry that you're purchasing it in. And so those templates cover a lot more than what your DIY might cover, and also what you might just download from Google, because Google downloads, I would not trust. Google downloads can or cannot be exhaustive and fully covering everything that you want. So have legal as a line item, and then have, and the best way to start is, I have this legal audit that I was telling you about earlier. It's a link. Go grab your legal audit, and you can actually see the areas that you need to pour some love into, kind of get your ducks in a row there, and then areas that you just say, you know what, I'm doing awesome in this area. I can check back and work on this later. So get that legal audit for yourself. Go grab it. It's going to be super beneficial to you, and a lot of worksheets and a lot of information that you probably wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. So there you go. But go get that legal audit. It's going to be really helpful, and start contemplating and getting legal as a line item if you don't already have it in your business. I hate to interrupt this awesome conversation, but I have to stop and talk with you about the number one thing I'm asked about by entrepreneurs: contracts. They're vital to any business relationship and to protect your business. But I also know that entrepreneurs, especially when you're starting up, money is tight. But I would never want you to compromise on a strong legal foundation. So enter yourcontractbuddy.com, a website created by me with contract templates created and drafted by me and fellow industry partners. They're ready to use and easy to plug in immediately. And they are not restricted to any specific state. So yourcontractbuddy.com is sponsoring this episode, and you and your listener can get 10% off right now with code LAWCHAT. Yes, you heard me right. 10% off right now with code LAWCHAT. And now back to our awesome conversation. Now, talking about line items, that kind of takes me to the next point, which is getting a bookkeeper or an accountant or some sort of financial advisor, somebody who can help you with the finances of the company. Because I didn't do that in the beginning. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, and it sucks if you don't do it. It will give you overwhelm. It will make you stressed, and you will also start spending money that you think you have but you don't have, or you won't spend money thinking you don't have it, but actually you do have it. And you can hire that extra person. You can start scaling, but you think you can't. So having a bookkeeper and a financial or a CPA or someone in that capacity in your business is very important, because you're able to determine the health, the financial health of the company, and you're able to make the changes of growth that you want. And sometimes we're scared because we don't know, and we're literally living in some mystery world of money, and we don't know if we can actually spend that money or not. But if we have clarity in that area, then you can grow, and you absolutely should be investing in that in your business. And it's one of those things, like just like legal, that you need it. It is so integrated into your business. How much should you be charging for your services or your products? How many customers you need per month to break even? How much do you need to actually have profit? If you're doing affiliates, how much money can you give them? Just anything, right? Like that really helps you determine all of that. And it also helps you be more confident. Just like having legal as a line item, it makes you confident in your business. Similarly, having finances as part of your business also makes you confident in your business and confident to move forward, to take that step, to take that growth, and to take that risk also, knowing that it's a measured risk and not a blind risk, right? Okay, so number 5 is a coach or a networking organization or a group that you can affiliate yourself with, because that also gives you some type of sense of community, and it will give you also guidance and, clarity, a person to talk about your vision and, bounce ideas off of is so important. So whether, and I say all these different options because sometimes coaches can be expensive or maybe outside of your budget at the time, but getting into a networking group that provides support, education, growth opportunities, you have it all. But you have to invest your time in order to take advantage of all the offerings that these things have. And so it's most definitely been something very important for me. I know that I did tons of networking and I participated in many different organizations, paid, unpaid. And I also have a coach, and I tell you, those are one of the things that I don't let go of if I am ever in a money crunch or a financial discomfort. Like those are the things that I actually keep always with me, because it is so important to have a coach. It's so important to have somebody that you can actually have conversations with about your business and be more holistic approach to your business rather than just a very, I'm just going to do this at this time. I'm going to be a mom right now. I'm going to be a lawyer right now. I'm going to be a business owner right now. And so I like the holistic approach, and I think it's very helpful because it's very hard sometimes to take this hat off and put the other hat on, because sometimes you need both the hats on in order to move forward, right? So yeah. So those are my top 5 things. Now here are some extra areas that I think you should be investing in, or you could be investing in if you had some extra money there, right? Sitting around. One thing is a VA, or someone who's an assistant to you, somebody who can help you and organize you and also help you with emails and help you with, or social media, like a social media manager even. So one of those 2 things, super helpful to have, especially if that is just not your strength. Sometimes it can take way too much time to get that done. So initially, I actually hired someone to do my website because it's just not an area of strength for me, and I just couldn't do it on my own also. Even though some of these websites are meant for you to do it on your own, I didn't have the patience, I think, or I don't know. But it's definitely something that, you look at what you have, you weigh out the pros and the cons, and of course, time is very valuable. And I'd rather spend my time educating myself and also networking rather than trying to figure out how to make a website, because I just can't do it. So you just kind of have to weigh it out and see what works for you. Marketing strategist is also another thing that's super important that you could lean into and see if that is something that would be helpful for your business as well. There's so many other things that, new business owners and entrepreneurs can invest in, but these are some of the things that were very important to my business. And I think that if you are, say, starting a podcast or something like that, getting a ring light, like Amazon, not expensive, absolutely can do it. You can buy microphones also if you need it, if you're, starting a podcast, small little tools here and there that you can get if you are starting something that's very specific to that industry. And again, networking is so important, and it goes back to the time that you are investing in your business, on your business, and the time that you are spending, also meeting other people, planning, strategizing. So again, the top investments to make as an entrepreneur is your time, the planner, the calendar, bookkeeper, CPA, getting your finances in order, getting your legal ducks in a row with making legal line item and not a panic attack, and getting a coach, business, executive, networking, organization, being a member of something of that nature. So that way you are holistically approaching your business rather than doing it through a very siphoned measure, right? So I hope this was helpful, and I know this was helpful because I know this would have been helpful for me. And so I am just so happy that I'm able to share this with you. If this was helpful to you and you love this, share with a friend and subscribe to Law Chat with Girija, and as well as, get that link down there, go grab it. I also have some amazing things coming out. We're approaching our 1-year anniversary for Law Chat with Girija, and I have some really exciting things coming. We just got off a planning, strategizing meeting earlier this morning, and I am so pumped. I have some really exciting stuff coming your way. So stay tuned towards the end of August, early September. But until then, you must subscribe in order to get the information firsthand rather than finding out after the fact. Okay, see you then. Bye. Thank you so much for joining Law Chat with Girija. I love these kind of stories and conversations where we can be real, honest, and open, and having fun at the same time. I hope you are inspired and motivated to keep doing the amazing work you are doing. If this is something that gave you all those feels and then some, truly motivated and inspired for you, you can show your love in all or one of these ways. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and share this video with your community and tell them about it, or share with somebody that can benefit from it. I look forward to seeing you next time on another episode of Law Chat, and until then, keep moving forward. Bye.